People ask me this all the time. Did you ever envision this? Did you ever think that it would be this big? And the answer is always yes.
Good uppercut. Oh, he's down. That's it. Mario Yamasaki stops the fight.
We completely believed in this thing when we bought it. The question is the timing right? And the answer to that question is the timing couldn't have been more perfect.
The UFC essentially created the sport of mixed martial arts in the early 90s, but in the early days, it was really like cage fighting.
I had known what the UFC was, like a lot of people back in '93 when it started. I watched the no rules events on pay-per-view, and it was like, wow, this is crazy.
One of the most fascinating things about fighting is when you have somebody that looks like you, talks like you, and comes from where you come from, and they're looked at as the baddest human being on earth, your people surround you and support you.
What's important to remember is that at this point in time in the mid-90s, the UFC had a terrible reputation. Senator John McCain called it human cockfighting, leading a campaign that saw dozens of states and multiple pay-per-view providers to ban it. But there was an undeniable appeal to the fights.
My philosophy has always been, fighting is in our DNA as human beings. No matter what color we are, what country we come from, what language we speak, we like fighting.
Over the last 25 years, Dana White has turned mixed martial arts into a global phenomenon, and in turn made his UFC into a behemoth, generating an estimated $1.3 billion in revenue last year, with staggering Ebitda margins of almost 60%. But that money did not pour in overnight. It started more than 2 decades ago with a bi-coastal college dropout.